What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Bulbasaur Community Day is just around the corner. Let's go through all the event details and some tips and tricks for the event. Timestamps below as always. Bulbasaur Community Day is going to be January 22nd from 2 to 5 p.m. local time. So only 3 hours. It's going to be a reduced time frame. Bulbasaurs are going to be spawning everywhere during the event with a shiny rate of around 1 in 25. We're going to have 3 times catch XP, 3-hour incenses, and 3-hour lure modules during the event as well. If you evolve an Ivysaur into a Venusaur during the event or 2 hours after the event, it will learn the exclusive charge attack frenzy plant. I want to note right now, you cannot use regular charge TMs to teach your already existing Venusaur's frenzy plant. You need to evolve to get the move. And also, if you have a Shadow Ivysaur, which knows the legacy move Frustration, and you evolve it into a Shadow Venusaur, it will not learn the legacy charge attack frenzy plant. Don't even try double moving your Shadow Ivysaur because the legacy charge move will always try to take the first charge move slot, which of course is being blocked by the move Frustration. So that strategy doesn't work. All in all, the only way to get the legacy move is to evolve your Ivysaurs into Venusaurs as long as they don't know the move Frustration. You can take up to 5 snapshots during the event to get photobombed by 5 different Bulbasaurs, which gives you 5 extra Bulbasaur encounters. There's going to be a community research in the shop, which you can buy for $1 USD called the Bulbasaur Community Classic, which will get you encounters with a couple extra Bulbasaurs and a couple extra items. The community box in the shop for 1,200 A Pokecoins featuring 50 Ultra Balls, 5 Lucky Eggs, 5 Star Pieces, and Elite Charge Jam, and 30 free Ultra Balls in the shop. Finally, this is the shiny Bulbasaur family, and this is the shiny Mega Venusaur because Venusaur does have a Mega right now. With all the event details out of the way, let's hop right into it, starting with the 100% IVs for Bulbasaur. On screen is Bulbasaur's 100% IV chart. This will show you the 100% IV from a Bulbasaur from level 1 to 50. What CP means that Bulbasaur is 100%. There's a couple levels we want to take a specific look at. First of all, level 15 is going to be the level for a Bulbasaur from research. If you get any sort of Bulbasaur from any sort of research task, 477 is going to be the 100% IV CP to look out for. Second of all, let's look at the non-weather boosted Hundo. In the wild, if the weather is not weather boosting Bulbasaur, which means that if it is any weather other than cloudy and sunny, because those are the 2 weathers that boost Bulbasaur, level 30 is going to be the highest level you can find in the wild, which 955 is going to be 100% IV for that. If it is cloudy or sunny weather, level 35 is going to be the highest you can find in the wild, which is 1035 as the 100% IV. Other than that though, Bulbasaurs in the wild can be from level 1 all the way to level 35, so you can look out for all these 100% IV CPs, but I just want to note, even if you find like a 350 CP in the wild, it's not guaranteed to be level 11 Hundo. It could be a higher level with worse IVs, so take this chart with a grain of salt, except for those 3 values I mentioned. Now let's talk about PvP IVs. If you don't know, Venusaur is an absolute menace in the Great and the Ultra League. We'll talk a bit more about that in a bit, but if you don't know, you want low attack, high defense, high stamina anytime you're running a Pokemon in PvP that maxes out above a CP cap. Venusaur is one of those Pokemon, so what are the best PvP IVs you can have for Venusaur in the Great and the Ultra League? As far as the Great League goes, the rank 1 is going to be a 0-14-11. That's the best IV set you can go, but again, anything low attack, high defense, high stamina will do you well for Venusaur. In the Ultra League, same thing goes, 1-15-14 is going to be the rank 1, but again, any low attack, high defense, high stamina will do you well. You can download an app like Pokegenie if you want to instantly scan your Pokemon, and it'll tell you how good that IV set is based out of all the rankings. I'll link below a video if you want to learn how to do that for yourself. Finally, in the Master League, 100% IV is going to be the way to go. In the Master League, there's no CP cap, so the higher the IVs, the better. And a little credit for the Little Cup as well. 3-15-14 is going to be the rank 1 for that. Now, before I move on from PvP, I just want to briefly mention breakpoints. If you don't know what a breakpoint is, it's pretty much the instance in which one Pokemon goes from one stat. For example, if your Venusaur has 200 attack, going to another stat, the breakpoint, so going from 200 to 201 attack, will in turn signify doing 1 extra damage with their fast move against an opposing Pokemon. So for example, if your Venusaur goes from 200 to 201 attack, you'll do 1 extra damage against Azumarill, which can make you win that matchup a lot easier. Now, I'm not an expert on breakpoints, so I'm not going to tell you guys all the best breakpoint IV sets to have for Venusaur. I'm going to wait for someone who knows a lot more about it to release a video. Hopefully they do. Like Swag Tips, he makes great videos on breakpoints, and if that does drop, I will leave that in the pinned comments so you guys can check out some important breakpoints to keep an eye out for Venusaur. But for now, just get yourself some good PvP IVs and wait for someone else's video on breakpoints. I will be making a video explaining breakpoints, by the way, soon, if you're completely confused what I'm talking about. Okay, let's talk about excellent throws. Exactly like Field Community Day, we're getting 3 times catch XP, which means every excellent throw you do with a Lucky Egg is getting you 6,000 XP. Let me break it down. Regular excellent throw, if you catch a Pokemon, is 1,000 XP. During 3 times catch XP, that's 3,000 XP. With a Lucky Egg, that's 6,000 XP, meaning you can get a lot of XP by just hitting these excellent throws. Bulbasaur is a little bit of a tougher excellent throw than Spheal is, but still very possible for you guys. So if you're in need of XP, put a Lucky Egg on and focus on hitting excellent throws during Bulbasaur Community Day. Maybe even take the first hour to just practice those excellent throws, or if you see any Bulbasaurs in the wild, make sure you practice before the Community Day so you can nail down those excellent throws and get a lot of XP during the Community Day. Don't forget to take a screenshot before Community Day so you can actually find out how much XP you gained and maybe set a PB for next time. Also, quick tip, don't catch Pokemon before 11 a.m. because you can get your first catch of the day bonus while using your Lucky Egg. I was actually able to get 50,000 XP from only 1 catch during Field Community Day because I waited until after 11 a.m. to actually catch my first Pokemon. Now let's get into Venusaur. Is Venusaur good in Pokemon Go raid meta in the PvP meta. Let's talk about it right now. First of all, let's talk about raids. Shadow Venusaur with Vine Whip and Frenzy Plant is actually the #1 damage per second grass type raid attacker in the game right now. So you have a Shadow Ivysaur that does not know frustration. Make sure to evolve it to get that moveset if you want a good grass type raid attacker. Regular Venusaur ranks a lot lower behind Pokemon like Roserade and Breloom. Finally, Mega Venusaur currently in game right now is the best grass type mega you can have, and you do want Frenzy Plant on that Pokemon. So Shadow Venusaur and Mega Venusaur, both two Pokemon you should be getting for a grass type team. However, unfortunately, grass is not the most useful type in raids. Now, what about Venusaur in PvP? Venusaur has play in the Great and the Ultra League. It's going to be ranked 51 in the Great League with Frenzy Plant and 69 in the Great League in the Shadow form. Then when it comes to the Ultra League, Shadow Venusaur is going to be ranked 16 and regular Venusaur is going to be ranked 27. Both Shadow and regular Venusaur do have their ups and downs. You can run either one in either league. Finally, in the Ultra League Premier Cup, you got the 29 spot for the Shadow Venusaur and 31 for the regular Venusaur. So yeah, Venusaur all in all a pretty good Pokemon. Yeah, looks like Venusaur an absolute menace in the Great and the Ultra League. And also the Shadow Venusaur is a sneaky little grass type raid attacker which might be worth getting Frenzy Plant for you. And don't forget the Mega, an absolute beast of a Mega. On the topic of Shadow Venusaur, can you get this Shadow right now in Pokemon Go? Well, no worries, you actually can. From the Don't Tangle With Us grunt, which has a 9% chance to spawn at Pokestops and an 8% chance to spawn at Balloons, in the second slot, there's a 22% chance it spawns an Ivysaur. If you defeat the grunt, there's actually a chance you get the Ivysaur if it is in the battle, and you can catch the Ivysaur and then evolve it into Venusaur. But again, that Ivysaur you catch currently right now, unless you've removed frustration during a past Team Rocket event, you will not learn the legacy move Frenzy Plant. So you might as well hold on to those Ivysaurs, wait for a Team Rocket event, and then hopefully at the end of the year during the wrap-up community day event, they will allow us to get Venusaur with Frenzy Plant again, so you can get your Shadow Venusaurs with Frenzy. Let's talk about Mega Evolution. If you don't know if you Mega Evolve Pokemon, any Pokemon you catch is the same type as that Mega, you'll get 1 bonus candy every time you catch it. Bulbasaur is a poison and grass type Pokemon. What Megas should we be Mega Evolving during the community day? The 2 poison Megas we have in the game right now are Beedrill or Gengar, so you can Mega Evolve those 2 Pokemon to get extra candy. And the 2 grass type Megas we have in the game right now, of course, Mega Venusaur itself, and then also Mega Abomasnow. So Mega Evolve any of those Pokemon to get 1 bonus candy during the community day. If you're in need of Mega Energy for any of these Pokemon, you can do the following. First of all, if you have any of these Pokemon in your Mega Pokedex, all you have to do is walk a Pokemon from any of their evolutionary lines, and you will gain Mega Energy every time you hit that candy threshold. You can also look for Mega Energy through research tasks. You can look for the task, catch 10 grass type Pokemon will get you 10 Mega Venusaur energy. Use 10 Superfish charge attacks for 20 Mega Abomasnow energy. Power Pokemon 5 times has a chance to get you 10 Mega Venusaur energy, and Power Pokemon 5 times has a chance to get you 10 Mega Beedrill energy. And finally, just regular spinning Pokestops actually has a chance to get you Mega Beedrill energy. So just spin a lot of Pokestops, maybe you'll get some random Mega Beedrill energy. Let's talk about some medal tips. If you don't know, you need 35 platinum medals to go from level 48 to 49. You might not even be close to that, but you have to start working on it now because it does take a long time to do. What medals can we work on during the event? It's gonna be very simple. First of all, of course, we have the Gardener medal, catch 2,500 grass type Pokemon. To finish that, Bulbasaurs will be everywhere. We also have the Punk Girl medal, catch 2,500 poison type Pokemon, another easy one to do. We then have the Ranger medal, complete 2,500 field research tasks. Usually during community day, the field research tasks are very simple. It's catch 3 of the community day Pokemon and then the task is done. So catch 3 Bulbasaurs would be the one during this community day. They're gonna be really easy to complete, and Bulbasaurs are gonna be everywhere. So if you haven't completed this medal, definitely something to work on during the community day. If you haven't completed your Camera medal, have 400 surprise encounters and go Snapshot. You get 5 free snapshots during the community day, so make sure you do them to work on this medal. And finally, we have the Picnicker medal. Use a lure to help any trainer catch 2,500 Pokemon. During the community day, I recommend going to a busy area where everyone in your area plays. Be the first person to drop a lure. Lures will last 3 hours, so if you drop it at 2, it'll last the rest of the community day. Everyone will be playing there and catching Bulbasaurs off your lures and completing this medal very simply. On the topic of lures, make sure you use mossy lures during the community day because those will be boosting grass type spawns, and they actually have a faster spawn rate than the regular purple lures. So use the mossy lures during the community day to get more Bulbasaur spawns than the regular. You can also power Pokestop level 3 if you'd like, but that takes a little bit more planning and a little bit more effort, but you will get more spawns if you power up some Pokestops. Let's talk about Incense tricks. If you are playing in a rural area, most likely you will be playing off Incense the whole day. So let's talk about some tips to maximize your gameplay. First of all, the Incense refresh trick. The Incense refresh trick allows you to refresh your Incense to get more spawns off your Incense. I'm going to play a video right now explaining how to do it. If you've already seen this video, feel free to check the timestamps below to skip it.
So usually when you're opening an Incense box, the actual spawn rate of the Pokemon is a lot faster than the refresh rate of the Incense to show you that new Pokemon. Let me show you how to speed it up. First, let's look at a regular Incense spawn here. After catching the last Pokemon, it disappears, and then I have to wait several seconds before the next Pokemon appears between those 2 spawns. Quick way to fix this is if when the first Pokemon disappears, go into your friends list, load your friends list, and then leave it, and it'll instantly refresh the game and spawn in your new Pokemon.
So yeah, make sure you use that trick to maximize your spawns. Next up, we have the 24-hour Incense trick. I'm always going to credit the Trainer Club for this because he was the first person I saw found this trick, but pretty much what this trick allows you to do is during the community day, use 8 incenses, which will give you incense for the next 24 hours in case you want to use incense for any event after the community day. Instead of having to spend spend the regular 24 instances to get instance for the next 24 hours. You only have to spend 8 since we are getting 3-hour instances. If you're planning on playing Pokemon Go after the Community Day during the Kanto Power Plant event, which is going down, you can pop a lot of extra instances for a reduced price. Now, once Community Day is over, what should you go ahead and do? First of all, trading. Make sure you have a trading partner because trading right now is busted in Pokemon Go. Reason number one is every time you trade a Pokemon, you will get 1 extra candy, and if you're above level 40, you'll get a guaranteed XL candy. Even if you don't get the 296 XL candy you need, take a Venusaur all the way to level 50 during the Community Day. All you have to do is trade away 296 Bulbasaurs that you caught during the Community Day, and you will be left with 296 Bulbasaur XL candy. Trading is absolutely broken. Make sure you trade away the Bulbasaurs. Also, every time you trade, there's actually a 5% chance that a Pokemon goes lucky. Lucky Pokemon have a minimum IV floor of 12, 12, 12, meaning that's the lowest IVs can be, with actually a 1 in 64 chance of a lucky Pokemon being 100% IV. And also, they'll be half the price to power up for Stardust. If you don't have a lot of Stardust, you might as well go ahead and trade, get some Luckies, and maybe power those up instead of the regular Pokemon. Finally, once you've done all the trading, don't forget to evolve during the Community Day. You have till 7 p.m. local time at night to get Frenzy Plant on your Venusaur. It would be a huge bummer if you completely forget, so make sure you play the whole 3 hours of the Community Day and then take those extra 2 hours to trade and evolve. Finally, let's go through some general tips and tricks for the event. These are tips that go through any event, but definitely worth using during this event. First of all, use the quick catch technique, which allows you to skip the catching animation and catch Pokemon faster. And also make sure you have a buddy that's at least the great buddy level so they can do the buddy bounce back trick to help you with some of your messed up throws. I'll leave links below to 1-minute videos explaining those techniques if you want to learn more about them. Finally, since it's Community Day, everyone will probably be running Venusaur in PvP since everyone has their new Venusaur. So it might be ideal to run some counters to Venusaur like Skarmory in the Great League because you'll most commonly be seeing a lot of Venusaurs on the Sunday since everyone wants to try out their new Pokemon. And that's it for my tips and tricks for the event, guys. I hope you guys have an amazing Bulbasaur Community Day. I'm super excited myself. I'm probably going to be playing the whole 3 hours. But as always, comment below any tips and tricks I might have missed so you can help out your other fellow trainers. And we're going to see y'all in the next one, guys. Good luck during your Bulbasaur Community Day and follow for tips for one. Peace.